at. Look at this. Look at how the hell can we win when they look at this flop? You ain't even get hit. She ain't even get hit in the head, dog. She ain't even get hit in the head. Y'all see this? Bro, this has been all day.
That flop right there, that's been the story of Caitlin Clark's night at the Chase Center. No contact to the head, yet the whistle blows. And this wasn't an isolated incident. The Indiana Fever just dropped their game against the Golden State Valkyries 89-84, but the final score doesn't tell you what actually happened on that court. 24 fouls called on the Fever, 24, while Golden State got whistled for 20. When the officiating is that lopsided, you have to ask, were we watching basketball or something else entirely?
I'm trying my best to get through this video, man. How many points Caitlin Clark got right now? Caitlin got 16 points. She made all her free throws. She had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. 3 of 12 from the field. 2 of 6 from three-point land. Now, the Indiana Fever was shooting 44% from 3.
Here's what makes tonight particularly frustrating. Caitlin Clark made WNBA history by recording her 500th career assist. She hit that milestone passing to Sophie Cunningham, becoming one of the fastest players to reach that number in league history. 16 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, perfect from the free throw line. Those are solid numbers. But watch her shooting splits. 3 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range. That's 25% shooting. For a player who's been averaging significantly better, something was clearly off. And when you watch the tape, you start to see why.
State Valkyries went on a 13-2 run, bro. 13-2 run. So the Indiana Fever dropped all the way down to 32% from 3. 32%. They was at 44% going into the half, dog. 44%. And these damn referees, my goodness, man. I mean, no, the commentators, this has been...
The Fever came out shooting 44% from three-point range in the first half. 44%. They were moving the ball, finding open looks, executing the game plan. Then Golden State went on a 13-0 run in the third quarter. 13 straight points. And suddenly, Indiana's three-point percentage cratered all the way down to 32%. That's not just a cold streak, that's momentum being completely shattered. The Valkyries threw multiple defenders at Clark throughout the game. 4 or 5 different looks, constantly switching, never letting her get comfortable. But the defensive pressure alone doesn't explain a 12-point swing in shooting efficiency.
Kelsey Mitchell got 5 fouls right now. How many points do Veronica Burton got, bro? I mean, she just, how the hell, bro? Like, Veronica Burton got 25 points, shooting 7 of 13 from the field. She made 10 of 12. She 1 of 3. Oh, my God. She had 5 damn blocks. She literally had almost half their blocks. 5 blocks, bro. Kia Stokes, 4 blocks. Man, my good.
Veronica Burton put up 25 points on 7 of 13 shooting. She went 10 for 12 from the free throw line and blocked 5 shots. 5 blocks from a guard. That's nearly half of Golden State's 11 total blocks for the game. Kostokis added 4 more rejections. The Valkyries were protecting the rim all night, and the Fever kept attacking into that wall. But here's what stands out. Burton's offensive explosion came alongside those defensive numbers. When one player is getting that many trips to the free throw line, while also dominating defensively, you have to look at how the game was being called.
Like, why? They know you finna shoot it. Pass the damn ball, Kelsey. I mean, my goodness. 24 fouls called on the fucking Fever tonight. Excuse my language, bro. 19 calls were now 20 on Golden State. I'm furious right now, bro, because that's how bad this game has been.
Kelsey Mitchell's shot selection became predictable. 24 points, but Golden State knew exactly what was coming every time she touched the ball. No passes, just shots. When your offensive approach becomes that one-dimensional, defenses adjust. They were meeting her at the rim, contesting everything, and the officials weren't giving her the same calls they were giving the other side. The Fever shot 29 of 70 from the field overall. That's 41% shooting. Not terrible, but when you're getting outscored at the free throw line and losing the rebounding battle, those percentages have to be higher.
Stephanie White, put Caitlin on the ball. Stephanie White, put Caitlin off the ball. Like, damn, Stephanie, make up your mind. Did Caitlin Clark set majority of the damn third quarter? This was just buffoonery. Just buffoonery, bro. My goodness, dog. They had 37 total rebounds so far, Golden State Valkyries. Bro, just they had 29 defensive rebounds again, bro. They still giving up.
The rebounding numbers reveal another problem. Indiana grabbed 27 total rebounds. Golden State pulled down 37. That's a 10 rebound differential. More specifically, the Valkyries collected 29 defensive rebounds to the Fever's 27 total boards. When you're getting out rebounded that badly, you're giving the other team second chance opportunities and limiting your own possessions. Aaliyah Boston and the Fever's front court were getting pushed around on the glass. For a team trying to make a playoff push, those are the kinds of fundamental breakdowns that cost you games.
No foul. No foul. No foul. No foul. Aaliyah Boston just got fouled, going to the hole. The refs does it again.
But there was one bright spot that deserves recognition. Raven Johnson had a career night, 16 points on 7 of 10 shooting, including a 90% clip from 3-point range. For a player who's still developing her offensive game, that's the kind of performance that shows real growth. Johnson brought energy on both ends, made smart decisions with the ball, and didn't force anything. When your role players step up like that and you still lose, it makes the loss even more frustrating because you know the pieces are there.
God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Correlation said, I just don't understand how Steph watched that possession and didn't call a timeout earlier. I'm so annoyed. I absolutely despise the last possession. I'm just shaking my head. Stephanie White completely. Let's see. Let's see this last possession, guys. This is
to Cunningham.
Nope. That ain't it. I'm so freaking mad, bro.
Now let's talk about the coaching decisions that left fans furious. Stephanie White's rotation choices in the third quarter were baffling. Clark set for significant stretches during a period when the Fever needed to stop the bleeding. When you're watching a 13-0 run happen and your best offensive player is on the bench, questions have to be asked. White kept switching Clark between on-ball and off-ball roles, never letting her settle into a rhythm. One possession she's running the offense, the next she's standing in the corner. That kind of inconsistency makes it nearly impossible for even elite players to find their flow. The timeout management in the final minutes was equally questionable. With the game slipping away and the Fever desperately needing to regroup, White didn't call a timeout when momentum was clearly against them. Players were confused on defensive assignments, the offense was stagnant, and there was no reset. By the time she finally called timeout, the game was effectively over.
No foul. Aaliyah Boston just got fouled, going to the hole. The refs does it again. They hate Aaliyah Boston, bro. They hate Aaliyah. Let me see this play.
Watch this final possession. Aaliyah Boston gets fouled going to the basket with seconds remaining. The Fever are down by 2 points. This is where you need your coach to draw up the perfect play, get your best players in position, and execute. Instead, there's confusion. Players aren't sure where they're supposed to be. The ball movement is hesitant, and when the final shot goes up, it's not even close. That's a coaching failure and a critical moment. You can't waste Raven Johnson's career game and a historic milestone from Caitlin Clark because of poor execution in crunch time.
Look at this. Look at how the hell can we win when they look at this flop? You ain't even get hit. She ain't even get hit in the head, dog. She ain't even get hit in the head. Y'all see this? Bro, this has been all day.
So let's break down what actually happened tonight at the Chase Center, because this game represents everything that's been frustrating about the Fever's season. You have a generational talent in Caitlin Clark making history with her 500th assist, becoming one of the fastest players to reach that milestone. You have a breakout performance from Raven Johnson showing the young core is developing. You have Kelsey Mitchell putting up 24 points. On paper, that should be enough to win, but the officiating created an environment where Indiana couldn't play their game. 24 fouls to 20. That 4-foul differential might not sound massive, but watch when those fouls were called. Every time the Fever built momentum, a ticky-tack foul would stop their run. Every time they got into a defensive rhythm, a phantom call would send Golden State to the line. Veronica Burton's 10 free throw attempts compared to the entire Fever's free throw distribution tells you how one-sided the whistle was. The flopping became egregious in the second half. Players throwing their heads back on minimal contact, getting calls that shouldn't exist at this level of basketball. The clip we showed earlier where there's clearly no head contact but the whistle blows anyway, that happened multiple times. When officials are rewarding that kind of behavior, it changes how teams have to defend. You can't be physical, you can't contest shots aggressively because any contact might get called. And here's what makes it worse. Caitlin Clark has dealt with this all season. The Chase Center has not been kind to her. Her shooting percentages at this venue are significantly lower than her road averages elsewhere. Part of that is the defense Golden State plays. They're well coached, they switch everything, they make life difficult. But part of it is also that she's not getting the same respect from officials that other star players receive. When you're getting grabbed, held and pushed off your spots without calls, while the other team is getting whistles on minimal contact, that's not equal enforcement of the rules. Stephanie White's coaching decisions compounded the problem. Sitting Clark during that crucial third quarter run was indefensible. Your team is hemorrhaging points, the offense has gone cold, and you leave your best playmaker on the bench. Then when she comes back in, you're running her off ball in the corner instead of letting her create. Clark is at her best when she has the ball in her hands, making reads, breaking down defenses. Using her as a spot-up shooter wastes her unique skill set. The timeout management showed a coach who wasn't reading the game properly. You could see the Fever spiraling, losing confidence, making mistakes. That's when you call timeout, settle them down, make adjustments. Instead, White let it play out, hoping they'd figure it out themselves. Professional players shouldn't need to figure it out on the fly in a close game. That's what coaching is for. Kelsey Mitchell's predictable offense became a problem because there was no adjustment. When a defense knows you're shooting every time you touch the ball, they can load up on you. Mitchell needed to make 1 or 2 extra passes, get teammates involved, keep the defense honest. Instead, she kept forcing shots into traffic, and Golden State was ready for it every single time. The rebounding differential is inexcusable for a team with Aaliyah Boston. She's a dominant post presence who should be controlling the glass. 29 defensive rebounds for Golden State means they were getting every miss, every loose ball, every 50-50 opportunity. That's effort and positioning, and the Fever lost both battles. But let's give credit where it's due. Raven Johnson's performance was genuinely impressive. 16 points on 7 of 10 shooting shows efficiency and smart shot selection. Her 90% three-point shooting wasn't just luck, she was taking open looks within the offense and knocking them down. For a young player still finding her role, that kind of confidence is exactly what Indiana needs from their supporting cast. Clark's historic 500th assist is a milestone that should have been celebrated. She's redefining what's possible for a rookie in this league, setting records that will stand for years. But instead of that being the story, we're talking about officiating and coaching mistakes. That's not fair to her accomplishment or the work she's put in. The final possession summed up everything wrong with this game. Down 2 points, you have the ball, you have a chance to tie or win. And the play call is confused, the execution is poor, and the shot isn't even close. That's a microcosm of the entire night. Talent and potential undermined by poor decisions and inconsistent officiating. So where does this leave the Fever? They're trying to build something with a young core, but nights like this show how far they still have to go. The talent is there, Clark is a superstar, Mitchell can score, Johnson is developing, Boston is a force inside. But talent alone doesn't win championships. You need coaching that puts players in position to succeed. You need officiating that's consistent and fair. You need role players who understand their assignments and execute them. The frustrating part is that this was a winnable game. The Fever were up at halftime, shooting well, playing with confidence. Then the third quarter happened and everything fell apart. That 13-0 run by Golden State wasn't just good offense. It was Indiana forgetting how to play team basketball combined with officiating that tilted the floor. Moving forward, Stephanie White has to figure out how to use Caitlin Clark properly. You can't have your best player confused about her role from possession to possession. Pick a system and stick with it. Let her run the offense, surround her with shooters, and get out of the way. The off-ball stuff can be sprinkled in for variety, but it can't be the primary approach. The officiating issues aren't going away. The league has shown repeatedly that they're not going to protect Clark the way they protect other stars. She's going to have to adjust to that reality, as unfair as it is. That means being even more efficient with her shot selection, avoiding situations where contact might happen, and finding ways to impact the game when the whistle isn't going her way. For fans watching this game, the disappointment is understandable. You saw a historic milestone overshadowed by everything that went wrong. You saw a career game from Raven Johnson wasted in a loss. You saw coaching decisions that didn't make sense and officiating that felt one-sided. That's a tough pill to swallow when you're invested in this team's success. The question now becomes, can the Fever learn from this? Can Stephanie White make the necessary adjustments? Can the players stay confident despite nights like this? Because if they can take the positives, build on Johnson's breakout performance, acknowledge Clark's historic achievement, and fix the mistakes that cost them the game, then maybe this loss serves a purpose. But if this becomes a pattern, if the same issues keep showing up game after game, then we're looking at a team that's going to struggle to reach its potential no matter how much talent is on the roster. So what's your take? Was this officiating bias or just a poorly played game? Should Stephanie White be on the hot seat for those rotation decisions, and can Caitlin Clark continue making history despite everything working against her? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you want more honest WNBA breakdowns, and subscribe because we're covering every controversial moment this league tries to sweep under the rug.
Try my best to get through this video, man. How many points Caitlin Clark got right now? Caitlin got 16 points. She made all her free throws. She had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 3 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point land. Now, the Indiana Fever was shooting 44% from 3. Golden State Valkyries went on a 13-2 run, bro. 13-2 run. So the Indiana Fever dropped all the way down to 32% from 3. 32%. They was at 44% going into the half, dog. 44%. And these damn referees, my goodness, man. I mean, no, the commentators, this has been... Kelsey Mitchell got 5 fouls right now. How many points do Veronica Burton got, bro? I mean, she just, how the hell, bro? Like, Veronica Burton got 25 points, shooting 7 of 13 from the field. She made 10 of 12. She 1 of 3. Oh, my God. She had 5 damn blocks. She literally had almost half their blocks. 5 blocks, bro. Kia Stokes, 4 blocks, man, my good. Like, why? They know you finna shoot it. Pass the damn ball, Kelsey. I mean, my goodness. 24 fouls called on the fucking Fever tonight. Excuse my language, bro. 19 calls were now 20 on Golden State. Just, I'm furious right now, bro, because that's how bad this game has been. Stephanie White, put Caitlin on the ball. Stephanie White, put Caitlin off the ball. Like, damn, Stephanie, make up your mind. Did Caitlin Clark set majority of the damn third quarter? This was just buffoonery. Just buffoonery, bro. My goodness, dog. They had 37 total rebounds so far, Golden State Valkyries. Bro, just they had 29 defensive rebounds again, bro. They still giving up. No foul. No foul. No foul. No foul. Aaliyah Boston just got fouled, going to the hole. The refs does it again. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Correlation said, I just don't understand how Steph watched that possession and didn't call a timeout earlier. I'm so annoyed. I absolutely despise the last possession. I'm just shaking my head. Stephanie White completely. Let's see. Let's see this last possession, guys. This is to Cunningham. Nope. That ain't it. I'm so freaking mad, bro. No foul. Aaliyah Boston just got fouled. Going to the hole. The refs does it again. They hate Aaliyah Boston, bro. They hate Aaliyah. Let me see this play. Oh my.